Hello everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful Memorial Day and spent it having fun. For me it was not too bad, for I did some scanning of pictures and thought about a famous cemetery that you may have heard of and did some research. And this is what I came up with for spooky places this week. Resurrection Cemetery, 7600 South Archer Avenue, Justice, Illinois. This cemetery has reported many hauntings, and the most famous of these is that of Resurrection Mary. This blonde-haired, blue-eyed beauty has been seen since the late 1930s. According to legend, she had went to a dance at the O'Henry Ballroom, which is now called the Willowbrook, at 8900 Archer Avenue, and apparently got into an argument with her boyfriend. She then began to hitchhike down Archer Avenue, and somewhere between the Willowbrook and main gates of Resurrection Cemetery at 7600 Archer Avenue, she was struck and killed by a hit-and-run driver. Soon after this, people began to see a girl in a long white dress and blonde hair hitchhiking for rides along Archer Avenue. Spooky enough, but the story does not stop there. Jerry Palace, a Southside man, picked up a girl at the Liberty Grove and Hall near 47th and Mozart and danced with her the entire evening. The only strange thing is she was very cold to the touch. Later she asked for a ride home, which was somewhere in the Bridgeport area of Chicago, but decided she'd like to go for a ride past a large Catholic cemetery along Archer Avenue. Resurrection. As they began to approach the main gate, she began to act very strangely. She told Jerry to pull the car off the road, and for some reason she had to run toward the cemetery and that Jerry could not follow. Before he knew what was happening, she darted from the car, ran towards the main gates, but disappeared before reaching those gates in a plain view of Jerry. He then began to put all of this together and surmised that he had been with a ghost that evening. On a later visit to the home of Mary, he was greeted by a woman who told him that her daughter had been dead for some time. He even saw a picture of her sitting on a table and was convinced that she was the same girl he had been dancing with. On Tuesday night, August 10th, 1976, the Justice Police Department received a phone call from a man who stated that he was driving past the cemetery gates when he saw a girl apparently locked in. It was going on 10:30 p.m. when Sergeant Pat Homa of Justice Police got there at the scene. He looked for the girl, flashed with his spotlight, and then calling out his loudspeaker, but to no avail. However, in shining his flashlight around the gates, he discovered that two of the bars had been bent apart. Embedded in the metal, as he looked closely, were the impressions of handprints and skin texture. On the surface of the green patina of the bronze were scorch marks which looked like skin texture. On August 12, 1976, just 2 days after the bars were discovered bent, a Cook County squad car investigating a CB radio call, an emergency call about a hit-and-run victim, a woman lying face down on the side of the cemetery frontage. The squad pulled up to the intersection of 76th and Roberts Road to find a girl in her 1965 Mustang. CB microphone still in her hands, in tears. They asked the girl where the body was and that she had just reported on the side of the road. The girl said that just as the squad turned on 79th to come in her direction, the body on the side of the road disappeared. The Resurrection Mausoleum is also apparently haunted. The taped organ music, alarm system, and lights go on and off by themselves. On October 10, 1979, there was a massive blackout in the in and along Archer Avenue, but only injustice. Commonwealth Edison and the police were riding around in the cemetery shining their light in the mausoleum because they determined that the blackout was centered in the mausoleum in the middle of the night. Well, that is it for this week, my friends. I hope you enjoyed. There are so many more other reports of Resurrection Mary, people picking her up and dropping her off, and in some cases multiple reports of her being seen in and around the Resurrection Cemetery. So, wishing you all a spooky night.